Yeah, they're freshening it up. Gotta respect it.
Oh, this one's a good one. Okay.
Our guys at Prize Picks. Oh, all right. What did Neil just send us? Oh, good Lord. No.
What? I'm sorry. What did you say?
Look at your text.
Oh, okay.
Oh, glad I holstered that take.
Oh boy.
I was gonna go the opposite, Snow Valley, just to be clear. I was gonna go the complete opposite on that one, but currently.
Okay, no Commanders, no Steelers. So who on the Patriots are you getting back? Who on the Kendrick Bourne is what it says. Oh boy. Who on the Browns? We just talked about Amari Cooper. Yeah.
Cherry Judy. Yeah. I think we're about to get in the power eye. No forward passes this year, baby. None.
Yeah, no, for real. No. Nobody's getting open down the field. I'll tell you that.
Use check in a lineup at the other tight end, just power run game the entire way.
Boy. And they re-signed because Matt Breida because their running back room is actually ever now.
Oh, all right. Are we up and running? We ready to get this baby going?
I'm ready to go. I thought some Lauri news came out. I just had some Lauri.
You thought that's
news.
You thought that's what I was referencing?
I was literally looking at a Bobby Marks and tweet. That's why I was like, as you were saying, but it's the same fucking tweet. It's the same thing that we've known for months. Yeah.
No, I mean, we'll get into it in a second. I'm trying to fix something on what the heck? Sorry, I'm having some simulcast issues right now. I'm just trying to get this up. I'm going
to finish this Pirates Booty while you do that.
Yeah, take your time. It's not a big deal. All right, we'll get this baby up and going in 30 seconds. And by the way, everyone watching, join us on playback, and you can call in. You can give us your takes at the end. You know the deal. All right, ready?
Yep.
Okay. Presented by Prize Picks. Sorry, one more time. Presented by Prize Picks. $100 match on your first deposit. Welcome to Light Years. Andy Liu, way too much drama with regards to free agency trades for two various sports teams in early August right now. That's where I'm at. We opened this wanting to talk Lauri Markannen because if you've been following, and I know everyone listening to this has been following, we're up on a deadline. We're expecting some activity one way or another in the next few days. But at the same time, your 49ers totally into it with one Bryn Aiyuk. No words on where that's going, but let's just say the overall tone of it, not promising for the Aiyuk returning side of the
I really thought for a second there you were gonna give me a Mark Canna take.
I love it. By the way, shout out Sheed. You see this one? This is the closest you'll ever get me to wearing Giants merch. Yeah, Barry Bonds, Michael Jordan when he was in the minor leagues. I think it's a sick print. I think it's awesome.
It's a classic.
By far my favorite Warriors World shirt that's come out in the last 3 months. I can't say more than that because I feel like every 3 months Sheed puts out another one that I want. Yeah. So, but anyway, Mark Canna, strong at bat. Good eye. Good
Hey, look, I'm trying to relate a Brandon Aiyuk, this current Brandon Aiyuk situation to like something in the past that's happened to the Golden State Warriors. I can't really think of anything. Like the closest thing is like Draymond go out and getting a contract with Memphis, or like Andre Iguodala going out and getting a contract with Sacramento. and then Clay going out and getting a contract with Dallas. But it all doesn't really fit, right, Tam? Because it's like Aiyuk's in his prime. The Niners are still trying to win a championship versus kind of like the back
it's also training camp. Those things happened. That would have been like in March or April of the NFL season, right? That's kind of what's weird about it. This would be like if the Warriors during their contention window, which they are currently not in, were thinking about shopping not staff, but like a key contributor to the team, a player who's certainly important. I don't know. It's weird times of Bay Area, but let's get back to the Warriors a little bit.
It'd be like if I got one for you, and it'd be like in a couple years if Brandon Pajemski he didn't want to sign the extension that the Warriors were giving him. That's the one. Maybe that's it. Where like Pajemski's
how about the chat's throwing it out? How about Jordan Poole after he got punched?
Yeah.
Where it was like, okay, well, we need him. And obviously they signed him, but he was never the same. But that type of like, okay, this is weird. This is not helping our chances of competing right now.
Yeah. That's the biggest one where it's like, well, this just whichever ways this goes, Sam, and we'll get to the fun stuff here with Lauri. Whichever way this goes, I think nobody wins in terms of definitely the Niners don't win because I think whoever they get is not going to be good as Aiyuk in terms of winning championship. And then I also think wherever Aiyuk is going to go, he's kind of screwed. Is he really going to go to Cleveland? Is he really going to go to that team with Deshaun Watson, who's pretty much washed up? Is he really going to go and catch
Joe
passes
Flacco,
from Drake May? Joe Flacco. Did they catch passes from Drake May, who's a
he's gonna get the payday. He's gonna have the opposite problem of the Niners. He's gonna get all the targets and none of the throws that are on time or on target anymore. Right now, it's like maybe they should use him a little more. He's kind of open all the time. Now it's like, bro, he's 10 yards open and they can't get anywhere near him.
Bingo. So I don't know. I don't know. What do you think? Like he's asking for $2 million more, $3 million more. So overall, it's going to be $10 million more, which is a lot of money. So hey, man, if that's what it is, what it is, right? So
I was under the impression he wanted whatever Amon-Ra St. Brown got, which I understand the comp. I understand him going, I'm as good as that guy. It's not my fault you don't throw it to me as much. I don't know if I agree, but I can understand from his perspective. He's like, come on, man. Yeah, I'm not asking for Justin Jefferson money, but pay me as much as that guy. And the Niners are like, but what if we haggle? I don't know. That's their MO, right? That's like their MO. I feel like that's kind of what the benchmark is, though. It's not my specialty. That's the way I'm reading it right now. It's like, it's one thing when Justin Jefferson gets paid and you're like, okay, I get it. He's, best in the game right now, that sort of thing. It's another when a guy who you think is your peer gets paid and you're here haggling, getting 80 cents on the dollar.
What if we haggle? What if we don't actually get Nick Bosa until the day before the season starts, but we end up giving Nick Bosa all the money he wants anyway, because we just wanted to
hey, looking out for the content creators out there. How's our guy Grant Cohn going to be putting out videos every day if they're not giving him stuff to talk about? What's our guy Jason Aponte going to talk about if they don't make this a will he won't he sort of thing? Oh, they might talk about the game. Oh, I guess they still have stuff to talk about. I guess they don't need to do this at all. Good job, Niners. Let me ask you this. Let's get back on topic. Let's get back on topic here. Who are you more confident that Aiyuk will be in the Niners starting lineup week 1, or that Lauri Markanen will be a Golden State Warrior opening night?
Wow. I am more confident. Yes, well, the chat is throwing out there neither. So I think the likely scenario is neither guy. But if you had me pick one, I feel like Brandon Aiyuk's the one he's the one that's stuck, right? I feel like Lauri Markkanen's the one that's from everything you see, all the reports, it's like Lauri Markkanen's probably gonna stick around and just stay there for a year and then try to get traded after a year. He just wants to stay there at Utah. Whereas with Aiyuk, Sam, it feels like hey man, if he really doesn't want to sign the contract with those guys, the extension, and he says no to those trades, I do think the Niners are just gonna go, yeah, we're just gonna wait this baby out.
I mean, obviously Aiyuk is the better choice here because they have him. It's just about if they're willing to pay him what he wants. Whereas Lauri, there's the Danny Ainge part of this equation. He's not in house, so I think you got to go Aiyuk on this one. Yeah. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube through the playback chat, it's pinned. If you want to call in, we're going to be taking some live callers a little later. We want to hear from you. I want to hear what you guys are thinking. So hop over to playback. Let us know what you think. Yeah, man. It's been like an onslaught of Lauri leaks the last 24 hours. Shocker. They're not much different than the ones we got the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it may be. But I just want to reset this so everyone understands because every day I get more questions on this and I just feel like it's important. Okay, so tomorrow is August 6th. Most of you are honestly going to be listening to this Tuesday, August 6th. August 6th, Lauri is officially eligible for a contract restructuring. Not an extension, a restructuring. So what that means is because the Utah Jazz have cap space, they can raise his salary for next season. Mm-hmm. So he's currently slotted to make about $18 million. They could take him up to something in the 30s immediately and then give him an extension on top of that. So if the Warriors were able to trade for him, they could not do that. They would trade for him and they'd have to wait till next summer, most likely to sign an extension. Mm-hmm. Whereas Utah has the ability to give him 15, 20 extra $1 million next year, which is not insignificant by any stretch, and then give him an extension. So he stands to gain a lot of money if they put that in front of him in a way that no other team can do. And the second thing is, if he signs that tomorrow and tomorrow only, he's still eligible to be traded at the deadline because there's a 6-month moratorium on how long he can no longer be traded. And tomorrow is the only day. I know you've heard all this. You're annoyed.
No. It's just these rules are insane. But keep going. These rules are absurd.
Which is to say, if he waits 24 hours, if they come to a contract agreement on the 7th, the 8th, August 15th, August 31st, September 12th, November 14th, just whatever, he is officially untradeable for the entire 2024-2025 season. So all that's to say, tomorrow is the day that Utah has to re-sign him if he is to be trade eligible. Otherwise, he either re-signs with Utah and we're done talking about Lauri till next summer, all right, or he stretches this out and then it's a question of, are they going to trade him? Because they might lose him for nothing. And all indications are Utah plans to offer him a contract and keep him while also wanting to tank for Cooper Flag, which confuses me. So,
but here's the thing. By the way, it feels like I'm studying for the bar, which I've never done. I've never studied. I've studied for the LSAT, but goddamn, it feels like I need to know every single it's like contract law. It's like negotiating an MSA here. I think the one thing I think that's missing, or not missing, but the thing to point out is it's also been reported that it's likely that he's not going to sign it if they're going to renegotiate and extend. He's not going to sign it tomorrow because Lauri wants to just have the he wants a security. Yeah, he wants a security, right? Like he wants to be there for the season. So when you tell me that the Jazz want the option, the Jazz want to tank for Cooper Flag, but also at the same time, Lauri wants to stay for the year. Those things they run counter, right? It's not Lauri Markannen being on the Jazz for the whole season does not help them get Cooper Flag. It just does not. And I think that's the part where I'm a little confused, where the reporting is like, I'm a little like, okay, what's going on here? Because if you really, really want to go get Cooper Flag, you better get that extension done tomorrow, and that's it. You better get it done, or you just trade him, right? Because if Lauri Markkanen's going to sign that contract and he's going to stay for the season, unless Lauri has told Danny Ainge and the team like, hey, I'm happy to play 40 games, then then we're fine. But that's not been reported anywhere.
And that's why I think you hit on the main thing. And I want to give credit to our guy, TK at The Athletic, for pointing it out. And he just wrote it bluntly. And it's kind of what I've been thinking the whole time, too. Question I keep asking is, what does Markkanen want? We know what Danny Ainge wants. He wants to rip you off. We know what the Warriors want. They want him ASAP. But what does Markkanen want? Is he willing to wait this out to force a trade? Is he just going to say yes if they put the money in front of him? Because, he's not gotten a huge payday. And look, man, $200 million changes not just your life. It changes like generations of your family's life, right? Does he just want to secure the big payday and figure it out in 2 years? What does he actually want? Because he doesn't really talk. All he does, if you dig into his interviews, classic nice guy on the podium who says he loves everything and just wants to win. It's not like he's Steph or KD or LeBron where he's, got cameras on him 24/7 and we see both the good and the bad and we kind of have a read on them, at least in the public eye. Like, he's not a very public facing figure.
No. And we have no idea. I mean, no idea what he wants. So that's the thing where but can I just make assumptions? Can I just assume what because my assumption that he wants to win. I mean, every single professional athlete in the world, my assumption is he wants to win. So if he wants to win, I guess, is it worth it to him to get the money right away to win? Because here's the thing, he can get that extension with the Warriors, right? It kind of be like Siakam, right? Where Siakam was like, okay, trade for me, wink, wink, I'll sign with you guys. I'll extend with you guys after the season. In this case, it's a little different because the Warriors cannot, as you said, renegotiate it and just give him $20 million right on the dot. Right on that, we'll give you $20 million. The Warriors can't do that. But after the season, they can give him that whatever money that he wants, and they'll probably wink. And so,
you're not trading for him if you're not going to re-sign him. Not at Danny Ainge prices.
No, exactly. And that's, actually, OG Anunoby, same thing, right? Like, we knew those deals were done when the trade happened. So same thing here. Is it for Lauri? Is the cost of not winning and wasting a year of your prime? We talk about wasting Steph's years, wasting a year of Lauri Markkanen's prime. Is that worth it for you just to get that extra money? And if it is, fine. Like, I think then my assumption is I do think he wants to win. And maybe for him, it's hey, I'm still young enough to maybe I can just waste this year and you trade me next year.
Right.
And a Mikal Bridges.
Let me lock in that guaranteed generational wealth. And you know what? I'll figure it out in a year or two. But you know what you won't take away from me? $200 million. Whereas, like, be real. Like, he's a leg injury away from no longer having that option on the table. Yeah. So, like, I can't fault someone for looking at it and being like, I want to go there, but nobody in my family has to work ever again if I sign this right now. So kind of, it's kind of light. It's kind of obvious. Yeah. And I haven't really asked you this, but how much stock are you putting into all these media reports? Stuff like this from ESPN today.
I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Yeah. Warriors have been the most aggressive suitor for Markkanen. Okay, that's good for us. But they have not come close to getting a deal done. Okay. One source told me the Warriors have been very productive second-year guard Brandon Podziemski, the player of the Warriors who intrigues the Jazz the most. I just feel like all these are like talking out of both sides of their mouths. So I'm not sure. Like, are the Warriors being that unserious in negotiations? Or is Utah just constantly leaking this stuff to make the Warriors more desperate? God, maybe both. I don't really think. I personally do not buy that the Warriors are unwilling to trade Podziemski. Like, I feel pretty confident in that.
Yeah.
But I do buy that they're haggling. I do buy that they'll do the thing. Okay, we'll put Podziemski in it, but one less pick. Like, that sort of negotiation tactic, if it makes sense to you. Like, I think all the young guys and picks are on the table. I think they're doing the thing. Well, it's like, if you want Podziemski, we're not going to give you the 2030 pick. But if you want the 2030 pick, we got to keep Podziemski. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Parag Mathai, Jed York versus Danny Ainge versus Joe Lacob, Kirk Lacob, and Mike Dunleavy.
Nothing gets done.
I need it. I absolutely need it. Throwing Brandon Aiyuk's agent in there. Jeez, though. Guys, it's gonna be. I'm with you. I think the Warriors are willing to trade Brandon Podziemski for sure. For sure, I think they are. And I also agree. I'm agreeing with you on this. Well, I mean, agreeing with it. It makes sense. It doesn't make any sense for them to not trade him if there's a real trade on the table.
Did you buy that they weren't willing to trade Kuminga for Paul George?
Pure bullshit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they have nothing to gain by leaking it, because if the trade doesn't get done, all you've done is like piss off a young guy who's probably a little insecure about his spot in the team anyway. There's nothing good that comes out of the Warriors being like, I trade you, that sort of thing, right? So I don't know. I'm not particularly optimistic because it's Danny Ainge, but I don't buy that the Warriors are not willing to discuss every player on the roster.
I think also they're, and I think this goes back to a couple of weeks ago. We brought this up. We haven't in a couple of days now. Do the Jazz want to spend all that money on Lauri Markanen too? Like, is that something on the priority list for them that they really, really want to do?
I keep coming back to this point. If you want to keep someone, you are not entertaining trade offers every fucking day. Like, you know who is not entertaining trade offers? The Warriors for Steph Curry, the Milwaukee Bucks for Giannis, the OKC Thunder for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. You know who is entertaining trades? The Pelicans for Brandon Ingram, the Wizards for Kyle Kuzma. I'm not saying Lowry is not better than those guys, but it tells me a lot about what Utah really thinks, that they're constantly fielding calls and gauging what's out there.
How good is Lowry? Let's kind of take this other angle here. How good do you think Lauri Markanen is? What level of player? Tier 3?
I think it's tier. Well, okay. So
top 30 player?
Tier top 25. I think.
Oh, wow.
I think here's where I put him. He's not a first option on a contender.
Right.
How many of those are there in the NBA?
7. I made that up.
I was going to say 8. Wow. Okay. Yeah, but like I agree with you. So somewhere between 5 and 10, right?
Yeah.
And then how many guys are capable enough of being the second option if the fit is right? Another 15?
Yeah.
20? Like, so I think he's in that group. Like, let me ask you this. Is he better than Jaylen Brown? It's they're completely different players.
I see what you're saying.
I think
Jaylen Brown's better.
I think they're I mean, okay, let me put it this way. If Jaylen Brown would the Warriors be better with Jaylen Brown or Lauri Markanen?
You're going to say Lauri Markanen?
I think given the roster the Warriors have, yes. I think he fits the Warriors better because they have, in theory, you could get Wiggins back defensively. You got my guy D'Anthony Melton, the advanced stats all-star. You got Kuminga, who you can groom to be the next Jaylen Brown. But Lowry fills a need. My point is, I think they're pretty comparable, but it's about roster fit for those two.
Sure.
I could be wrong on that one. I don't think Boston would be better if you put Lowry in Jaylen Brown's place. Let's make that clear, because Boston has enough spacing. They have enough.
They have a Lowry.
Yeah. Lowry's a lot
not as good. Way better than
Porzingis.
Yeah, I know. He also stays on the floor, but right? Kind of the same archetype of player.
Sure.
The only pushback I've had, and this is just specific Jaylen Brown. There are other players out there, but like Jaylen Brown's been there, done that. Like he's been in the playoffs,
that's true.
Finals MVP, all that stuff,
that's
right?
True.
But I think the point is what you're saying is overall impact, right? Now we're talking about the finals, overall impact. So you're saying second tier. So, and
I wouldn't take him over. I wouldn't take him over like Anthony Davis or some of the like better guys who are just a little bit worse than first options. But I think he's in that like 15 to 25 range.
I think that's 15's high. Lauri Markanen on that extension max or Karl Anthony Towns?
Lauri.
So and how much higher? Because that Cat contract feels like, and I bring this up because if Cat contract feels like it's untradeable. So if you're Danny Ainge, you're sitting there and you're saying we're going to go max out, we're going to get him $40 million a year. Does that become untradeable a year from now? Like, is there a chance that Lauri contract? Because I think all the reporters are trying to say like, well, maybe there's a chance that they get more value out of him, and if they extend him. And I'm sitting here, I'm kind of like, do they? If Lauri Markanen has like 180 million guaranteed coming up on his contract, is he more valuable?
61 million for Towns.
Oh, okay. I mean,
I just want to.
Maybe, yeah.
As silly as it sounds, I think there's a big difference between 40 and 60.
How high does Lauri's contract go per year when he renegotiates? 40? Am I right? Am I right on that one? Or does it get up to 50?
High 40. I don't know. We're getting a little too theoretical on this one now.
I'm just saying. So, like, my argument is,
I get what you're
saying. How is that contract going to be that valuable? That's just where I'm at. Like, I don't know how valuable that contract is if they renegotiate and max him. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, these are all fair questions. I guess we'll see where Utah comes out on it right now. Yeah, I think the only reason I go Lauri over Cat is we've now seen all of Cat's playoff shortcomings, whereas Lauri is a mystery box. Could be Cat, could be just Cat all over again, but you don't know that for a fact yet.
Give me either one.
That's also a reason, but to your point, that's also a reason why like you take Jaylen Brown way over him, because you're like, you know what? I've seen him in the big moments. I've seen the bad, but I've also seen the good. And I know he can play in those moments. Whereas Lauri, it's all theoretical based off of him, dropping 40 on the Houston Rockets in January.
Yeah, right. I mean, like, the thing is, like, how much have we watched Lauri Markanen? Right. So, but I say all this, and this pod comes out later tonight, and the Warriors trade for him tomorrow. Believe us, we are out here singing the Finnish national anthem. Absolutely locked the fuck in.
The anthem's coming on, no matter what.
We are get it prepped up by tomorrow noon. Let's get to the goons. Before we get to the goons, Light Years Podcast, we are brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. Prize Picks is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Unlike other apps on Prize Picks, it's just you against the numbers. All you do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. Get in on the daily action with your friends and become part of Prize Picks community today. Get in on the excitement, win up to 100x your cash with the summer games on Prize Picks. With Prize Picks, you can turn $10 into $1,000 while watching Team USA rack up the gold medals. This summer, you can make a Prize Picks lineup of players across basketball, soccer, tennis, golf, and more in as little as 60 seconds. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and you're locked in. If you're looking for promotions, Prize Picks has got you covered this week, from lowering select player stats projections on Tuesdays to help your lineup hit, or getting your entry fees back if you have a losing lineup on Fridays. Download the Prize Pick app today. Use code LIGHTYEARS for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code LIGHTYEARS on Prize Picks for a deposit up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It is that easy. And we are brought to you by Raycon. Raycon, you've definitely heard me talk about Raycon's everyday earbuds before, but now is the time to check them out because they just launched their upgraded model of the best-selling everyday earbuds. Sam's got them on right now. Got the blue case, available in a variety of vibrant new colors to complement any and all skin tones. I kept it simple with the black pair, but they also have other ones like blue, green, and even purple with the new quick charge function. 10 minutes of charging yields 90 minutes of battery. Actually, I did this the other day. Same thing, because I wear them to go to the gym. They're my gym.
Yeah, they're my workout pair too.
Yeah.
By the way, because they upgrade to that brand we will not talk about, but yeah.
But they I use them for the gym because they don't fall out. That's the one, right? Like the ones that we don't talk about, like they fall out if you're running, like you're trying to run, you get sweaty, and if these don't, they're like in your ear, which is why which is why I use them at 24-hour fitness. So they got ergonomic design to comfortably fit the widest range of ears, plus optimized gel tips for a cozy custom fit. Raycon's weatherproof sweat resistance, as I said. So I'll be using them in the workouts every day. Go to buyraycon.com/lightyears today to get 15% off your Raycon order plus free shipping. That's right. You'll get 15% off free shipping at buyraycon.com/lightyears. buyraycon.com/lightyears.
Yeah. I mean, little known fact, Andy has the widest ears you will ever see. So,
hey, someone said, I know you were rocking that purple colorway. I do have the purple colorway Raycon. I think I wore it on the last pod. But I keep them to the gym now because they're just like, seriously, they don't come out. And they've got like different, I should have done this on the read, but like they've got different like awareness styles, like noise cancel. You just tap. Anyway, it's
these are facts. These are facts.
Cost less too.
We're gonna get to the goons.
Let's go. Oh, we got a bunch today. Let's lock in. Who we got?
We're locked in. All right, let's do it. Let's lead off with Ebony.
All right.
Yo.
What's up?
Yo.
Nothing much, man. Y'all didn't mention the Olympics, but I feel like I kind of need to. I just have a question. I could get hated for this, but is it just me? Or if it's not like Steph to LeBron or LeBron to Steph, like, or like the second unit, it's just boring to watch Team USA. And I say this because like, it's like no one really cares. Not that they don't care that if they're winning or not, but most of Olympic coverage feels like it's about who's playing and who's not, which has kind of like taken the air out of it for me. But that's just a thought. And then like it's not Steph's system, so it's also kind of boring for that reason. Like watching LeBron do stuff at 39 is fun, but like everything else is just kind of like, eh. That's just my opinion. It's still like, I'm still enjoying it, but it's just like not. It feels kind of anticlimactic.
I kind of love this take, and actually my thing is it's because we're not seeing Steph, Katie, and LeBron. I actually think that's just it. Like we are being forced to watch Joel Embiid start. We're being forced to watch Katie come off the bench, and honestly, like it might be best. I mean, the Team USA just might be more balanced. I'm sure that's what Steve Kerr is saying, but objectively, I think you're right. It just is more fun if we see Steph. That's the fucking point of Team USA. Steph, Katie, LeBron. Those are the three best players of the last 20 years.
And I think they played like a total of like maybe 10 minutes total together. And it's like, I don't care to watch Joel Embiid try to hit a half-court shot when they're up 15 points at the end of the game to hype up the crowd that barely likes him. I don't know. That's just me. And then the Lauri stuff, it's feeling very impossible at this point. Or I shouldn't say impossible, but it's just kind of feeling like a bunch of dead air and something to talk about, if that makes sense. I don't think anything's going to happen. I feel like maybe, do you think, I don't know if you guys have talked about this, but if it were Bob Myers, does this get done like middle of free agency, or are we still at this deadline talking about it?
Are we in our we miss Bob phase of the breakup? Is that where we're at? We were mad. We're like, fuck this guy. We're better off without him. And now we're looking at his photo, being like, man, he used to always send me texts when I had a bad day.
No, man, it's not even that. It's more like, where would we be? You know what I mean? It's just like, what if? Not even I miss him. It's more like, what if?
Well, if Bob was here, it's not this trade. It's the Clay. Clay would still be here if Bob was here. That's
maybe both though. Maybe both.
But
you know who is good at not getting into contentious negotiations and keeping it?
Bob Myers.
Yeah. Say what you want, but like,
Bob.
Do the Niners need Bob Myers?
No, Bob Myers, I think the Warriors need Bob Myers at this point. So sorry.
Maybe both. Maybe both.
Maybe both.
My favorite story is Bob Myers was the one who convinced the Niners to stop bullshitting and just pay Nick Bosa.
That's right.
Wait.
Right.
Does Joe Lacob own both? If Bob Myers is the GM for both, I'm just curious. Because if he is, then maybe
both
like he's not, but metaphorically he might be.
That's what Joe wishes he owned the Niners. I'll tell you that. He wishes.
Appreciate you, Ebony. Have a great evening.
Thanks.
Oh, I know. I mean, sometimes you just need someone who is not trying to just win everything. Is like, okay, what is our objective here? Do we want to actually have the player, or are we trying to win media headlines?
I forgot about John Lynch and the Nick Bosa one. That was the story, huh?
Yeah. The story was that Bob was like, if you're going to pay him at the end of the day and you know he won't budge, why are you wasting your time on the off chance he'll take 10 cents less?
I love Bob, by the way. I've always been a Bob guy. As you know, I've always been a Bob guy. So
I've gone through my range of emotions with Bob. I was anti-Bob for a while. Now I've come out to the other side. Now I'm willing to admit that there was a little emotion that clouded my head, and I recognize he was not the worst.
I think he should be running the Giants. What say you, Bob? Come back and take a. Oh, that's so good. Who do we got? Who's next?
MT. You.
What's up, man?
How you guys doing?
Good. I had to go to you first because you bring the good takes.
Well, okay. So disclaimer, like I'm old, washed, and grumpy, and this is going to be
come to the right place.
This is going to be an old grumpy take, and you guys might not like it, but I'm gonna be honest. So back in my day, Pau Gasol, who for the young listeners was a better player than Lauri Markannen, got traded for like 2 firsts, right?
Correct.
So like when I hear people talk about trading Moody, 3 firsts, 3 swaps, and maybe Kuminga, but like they want pods, I have to zoom out. And this isn't necessarily about this trade. I just want to ask you guys kind of more broadly. I feel like in the last 5 years, we've normalized teams trading all their young players and all their picks to quote unquote maximize championship windows. And every team that did that lost in the second round outside of the Lakers. And that was for Anthony Davis. And they still needed a global pandemic, right? Like my question, in the year 2035, is there going to be a 30 for 30 where we realize that this was dumb and that these teams shouldn't unload all of their assets this way? I'm in
100% agree with you. I'm in agreement with you, MT. I think the Lauri asking price is a joke. The starting point for this negotiation is 3 firsts, 3 swaps, and all your best young players. Like, come on, man. This dude hasn't played a single playoff game yet. You know, like, what are we doing here?
Yep.
And, you know, the reason he hasn't been traded is because everyone agrees with me and you that, let's be realistic, he's a fantastic young player, but we're not trading for Giannis or Kevin Durant, proven championship caliber players. We're trading for a guy who we think is very good, that we like, that we're willing to give you stuff for. So I agree with you. I hate going this way on it, but like, I can't blame the Warriors for not just like bending over on these demands.
And following up on that, like I have like low-key a nightmare about this because in my mind, the Warriors a little bit remind me of the 2010s Mavericks a little bit, right? They went back to the finals after a whole bunch of years. They won finally, and then they kind of lost in the first round after that. And there's a part of my brain that's like, imagine if the 2014 Mavericks traded all their picks, including what became the Luka pick, in order for like Dwight Howard because they wanted to maximize Dirk, right? Like that would have been the worst thing ever. And I'm like, are we about to do this? You know, like for I don't know. You know, I'm just curious. What do you guys think?
That's exactly for sure what Joe Lacob is saying. I mean, that's 1,000%. My only pushback would be Steph's probably twice the player that Dirk is. Now you can argue that I think the end result is going to be the same. Like first round exit is probably where the Warriors are going to end up. I think actually like kind of regardless of what happens moving forward. I think it's likely that if your team is built around Pods and Kuminga, first round's probably your highest. Right now, their team first round's probably the highest. If you trade everyone, you know what I mean, all those young guys and get Lauri, is first round kind of just where you're going to end up anyway. And so, yeah, maybe the roundabout answer is like, yeah, you're probably right. But I think here's the final thing to cap it off. Do they just owe it to Steph to at least take that shot? Because what I know right now is those kids aren't good enough for you in the next 2 years. So do you just take that shot for Steph? And Steph means, I mean, Dirk means a lot to the Mavs, but Luka's going to be a better player for the Mavs than Dirk. Nobody's going to be a better player than Steph for the Warriors. Not even close. And I think that's
my counter. My counter to that is, will Steph be happy if they give everything for Lauri? And then what you're saying is right. Like, Lauri's great. Steph's great. Everyone else kind of is whatever. And they have no means to improve the roster. So they're just stuck, because I kind of think, everyone in this chat's talking about how Lauri's a game changer. And I do think he's a game changer, but he's a game changer if you have enough of a full roster. Lauri is the first option on Utah, has had them at the 10 seed, like that's kind of what it is here. And so it's dicey. It is dicey. I understand the negotiation. It's just, on the Lauri trade, I keep coming back to the same point. It doesn't really sound like either side is negotiating in particularly good faith, but particularly Utah on this one. Utah is only looking to fleece people. And I can't get mad at the Warriors for not wanting to be fleeced. I can get mad at them for 80 other things, and I have, but not for not wanting to get fleeced.
This is why, and I'm a jump. Like when they make the 30 for 30 in 2025, and it's like, here's all the dumb teams that traded all their picks, and like 10 years of Tim Duncan's were just given to like 6 teams that took everybody's picks. Danny Ainge is going to be like the star of the 30 for 30. 100,000 million%. He's going to fleece everyone. He's going to get everyone's picks, and he's going to be the star. All right, I'm a jump.
Appreciate you, man.
Sam Presti might already be doing that one. But yeah, Danny and Sam can have a seat at the table. Those two guys can duke it out.
Yeah.
You might be right. You might be right.
What's up, Will?
How's it going? First time on. Just wanted to chat a little bit about Lauri and my point of view with him not signing on the 6th. To me, like, the timelines for the Jazz obviously do not fit with Lauri and trying to tank for Cooper Flag. But also OKC owns their pick the next 2 years if they don't convey it. So in reality, they're looking to tank the next 2 years. So I just wanted to ask how you felt about Lauri gaining leverage over the Jazz by not signing on the 6th, and how that could affect him kind of forcing his way to wherever he wants to go, like Siakam or OG.
It's a great point. That's why I was talking about earlier. Like, the part of this equation we do not know about is how cutthroat Lauri will be. MT brought up Anthony Davis, and Anthony Davis was a proven superstar before he got traded. But Anthony Davis made it very ugly in New Orleans to get himself out of there. And we all criticized him. We're all like, this sucks, man. I don't like this. And you know what? We all fucking forgot about it 6 months later, right? So I'm not saying Lauri Markannen needs to go that route, but he does have agency in this. He doesn't sign that contract, and Danny Ainge's leverage shrinks by the hour. So we already have some indication that he's not signing on the 6th, which to me tells me if he doesn't do it tomorrow, at minimum, he's tired of being in trade rumors. Like, what's he going to do Danny Ainge a favor for by signing just so he can be floated around as trade bait for another 6 months?
Also, Anthony Davis only wanted to go to one place. Remember that?
True.
Right, that was the one where it was like, it's just Lakers doing Lakers shit, but it just I don't know. Lauri has not gone down there. I don't think Lauri's going to do that. I don't think Lauri's going to do that. I want to go to the Warriors. I don't think that's happening, but it could be surprising.
And I agree. I don't think he'll do it publicly, but I think he could say like, hey, why would he want to go to the Spurs? It's sort of, I know they have Wemby, but they're still probably 3-4 years away. I think the Rockets are still a few years away. If he wants to win and, Draymond's recruiting him, I think he is, I think there's a decent chance that he, kind of, if he doesn't sign, it's a good sign for the Warriors and they have a really good chance. I think right now, if they just add pods instead of Looney or GP, it would be done. So,
you really think so? I feel like they've made pods available in this trade. I really don't think they're holding it up over any of their young players. It's not like I like pods a lot, but it's not like they have Wembanyama, in-house type of thing. I think it's mostly about Utah trying to see how far they can push the line. They're trying to say, well, okay, that's great, but can we get another pick too? Can we do this? So.
Yeah, I agree. And I think I really hope that it comes back to bite Danny Ainge, just like it did Ballmer in the PG trade of you wait too long and then now your leverage is gone. So I don't disagree with the way Lacob's being patient right now. It'll just honestly, to me, I feel like it just depends on whatever Lauri wants to do and where he decides he kind of wants to go.
I agree. Great call. Will, appreciate you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
It's a good point. It is kind of like we spent all day talking about Ainge, Lacob, but like Lauri's kind of the one who can shift the power in this dynamic more than anyone.
Mm-hmm. And we have no idea. I don't even know what he sounds like, honestly.
I've heard a couple interviews, but like he sounds like a player who's not usually in the spotlight, just kind of like polite and deferential in these, like publicly, like
that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like,
Abdullah, what's up, man?
Hey guys.
How you doing?
I'm good. So I feel like I could be wrong, but I'm still a little optimistic something can happen.
Yes.
I think
I
the reason
like
why
optimism
is because of who Danny Ainge is. Like Danny Ainge to me like reeks of the dude who, like, if you're in like a fantasy sports draft, like 5 minutes after you're finished drafting, he's like sending you private messages about like prospective trades where we're like, I just drafted my team. Like, you're already trying to make trades. Like, he's always trying to see what he can get. Everything is an asset to him. That man would trade his mom if it would benefit the team. And so because of that, I'm like, I think I've always thought if Lauri gets traded, it will be at the last possible second. He's the type of dude who will wait until the last possible second, like even to be like, I'm haggling over like a 2029 second round pick being thrown in. So like, if there's something that he actually wants to take, like I don't know if that's been offered by the Spurs or by the Warriors, but if that exists, I still feel like he would sit on that until like the last possible second. And in terms of like my thoughts on just whether I feel like it's worth it, like I kind of do. Like I just feel like the more I watch, like looking back on this last season and watching the Olympics, like I just feel like every single contender has like an elite skill 7-footer, like Boston, Milwaukee, Philly, Minnesota, Oklahoma City. Like the only team I can think of that maybe falls into that category that doesn't is Dallas. But like every other team that I think you would point to as a contender has like a skilled 7-footer. So like I feel like Lauri is like the price of entry. Like you need a dude like that, otherwise you're like toast. Like in this version of the NBA right now. So like I think he's worth it. It's funny, the previous caller brought up the Pau Gasol trade, and like cards on the table, guys. When I was a little kid, I was a big Kobe guy, so I used to watch the Lakers a ton, and I thought about that. Like when this Lauri stuff came up, I thought about like that Lakers team with Kobe looked cooked, and then they made that trade for Pau, and Pau is like, it's very similar. Like that Memphis team was kind of like terrible, right? And I think a lot of people were like, hey, how good is this Pau Gasol guy? And then he finally went somewhere where he was surrounded by enough talent where it just like unlocked him. And like that trade was also controversial. Like I feel like we were talking about it earlier, but like the whole NBA like lost their mind because they were like, hey, how the hell did Memphis trade him for just that? So like I feel like you're gonna have to pay. Like I think that Pau Gasol trade was like an outlier because like there was a lot of shenanigans going on there to get him to the Lakers.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with you. Yeah, we're gonna see how it plays out.
Why was does anyone know why Danny Ainge left? Sam, do you know why he left the Celtics? Did he get fired? Did he get pushed out? Did he resign? Because that would be interesting to me to understand. Like, he's a great GM. He's done a lot of good stuff. He's the guy that freaking put together those two superstar wings for the Celtics. But it'd be fascinating to understand. Like, he never made it to see the championship, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that he wasn't the guy that was there. And if it's retirement, it's obviously not really retirement because he's still fucking around with the Utah Jazz and doing Danny Ainge things with the Utah Jazz. So
I thought part of it was just the guy wanted to go to Salt Lake because he's like
he has personal connections in Utah. Yeah. Utah hired a new owner who gave him a certain level of autonomy. And he was already kind of like Brad Stevens was basically running the show in Boston. So it was just kind of one of those things where it was like, I get to go home. A new guy lets me do whatever I want. And I got everything in place in Boston.
But here's the thing, I guess 2 questions. One is, why was Brad Stevens running the show when he's the one that put together the team? And why didn't he stay to the team, put the team over the hump? Like, they couldn't win championships. So I guess what I'm intimating is like if he did leave, I doubt he left truly on his own accord. I felt like there were reasons, like the Celtics were like, "Hey, let's move on from this guy," right? So I don't know how much this has to do with Lauri.
Sometimes it goes both ways. Sometimes you're just like, it's time for a change, Yeah.
I was gonna leave on this one last note. Like, in my optimistic world, we wake up tomorrow and let's say the Warriors end up making the trade and Pods is probably involved. Like, if that happens, I assume it's going to be a larger trade. And if it was a larger trade where we needed to get somebody back to be like a secondary ball handler, which guy would you two rather have, Jordan Clarkson or Colin Sexton? That's my last question, and I'm going to dip.
Jordan Clarkson or Colin Sexton?
Sexton's the better player in 2024-25, but I feel like Clarkson will be foisted on you because he's older and the trigger.
Foisted. By the way, Mike Weisberg, our resident Boston Celtics fan, said, important to note, Danny loves to hoard picks, as we know. Brad Stevens made his first round pick trade this year. So I that's part of it. I think that was part of where I'm getting at is Danny likes to just... They traded immediately for Al Horford.
Deal maker.
They got Derek White, right? Yeah.
He's a deal maker. He's all about the poker game. That's
exactly. Like, Brad Stevens went to try to win a championship. Danny Ainge was doing the very similar to Sam Presti, right? Like, Sam Presti's going to hoard all the picks and draft great players. He's really good at the evaluation standpoint. But you talk about going for the kill, putting your team over the hump, and maybe not winning the trade, but getting Derek White, and that pushes you to win the championship. But you have to spend 2 first. You think Danny Ainge would ever send 2 first for not Danny White, Derek White? You think that would ever happen? No shot.
That's a fair point. So that's a trade that interesting. And then 2 years later, oh, that was the key. Yep. That was the key. So
yep. I don't even know what the point I'm trying to make is, but it's just interesting.
We're just talking. Paratosh, what's up, man?
What's up?
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
It's been a minute. Okay, I have a couple of things.
Here we go.
First of all, okay, I'm going to come from the skepticism side of things. So I'm just wondering, why do you think that the front office may be willing to trade Pods? Because all the reporting we have heard is that Pods is almost a no-go in these trade talks. Like, I haven't seen anywhere it being reported that Pods can be included if a couple of picks are taken out. So, and we know Lacob's penchant for these young guys. I mean, we remember how enthusiastic he was about Smiler-Geet. So what makes us think that he will be willing to give up Pods? Especially, I don't know if you remember that pod that Lacob was on, where he said we run all these numbers and we think that it made it pretty clear that Pods is like someone.
That's why. Because
but that's the thing.
I feel very confident on it. You can
okay,
call it a hunch.
Let's just say I'm a skeptic Yeah, just because as far as I remember, Warriors really haven't made a trade where they've given up something. So that's the other reason why I feel skeptical about this. But either way, the second question is, what's with the August 6th deadline? Can't Ainge just drag this out until, let's say, training camp or even the beginning of the year? Because I mean, yeah, I know they want to tank for Cooper Flag, but the West has gotten stronger, so Utah has got weaker just by staying where they are. So, and the third question is, what's our pivot going to be if we don't get Lauri, which seems likely? Do you think we go for Kuzma? Do you think we go for BI? I don't think we go for BI, but then what's next? That's about it.
I mean, we'll see what's next when it's what's next. It would be.
Why is that so funny?
I don't know.
Why is that so?
I can't tell him not to be skeptical because I'm also skeptical of the entire thing. I just don't believe it's because the Warriors are not willing to play ball. I think it's because the Warriors are not willing to overpay by Danny Ainge. It's two guys trying to bargain hunt. That's really what it comes down to. I don't really buy that it's we won't trade Podziemski. It's more if we're going to put Podziemski into this, you got to act like we did something special, that sort of. And maybe your take to that is it's the same thing. You're just painting.
Yeah, that's yeah.
But that's how I see the whole thing. I think the Warriors feel like he's expiring. He's not Anthony Davis. Get out of here with demanding 6 picks and 4 prospects. Take a realistic package, one prospect and 2 to 3 picks,
I also think there's zero chance the Warriors walk into training camp or game 1 with this raw. They're zero chance. Zilch.
You think they're going to convert? You think they're going to convert Plowden? Different roster?
I don't. Hey, maybe they don't make a big move. But there is
available?
No way.
Wiggins might be gone.
He will be gone. There is no chance the Warriors walk into next season with this roster. I'm not going to tell you that they're going to be a better team, but this
which one would you prefer? They walk into this training camp with the same roster or do
I don't.
Marginal moves?
Anything. I prefer them do anything. I truly don't care. Do anything. You want to trade? You want to use that sign and trade and get yourself Kyle Anderson and Buddy Hield? Great. I was happy. Give me anything. Anything's better than the 2 years we've had, the last 2 years, where it's just they double down on some weird stuff and it just didn't work. This year,
that's
sounds
the
like
double down is what's scary.
Another year of seeing if Wiggins will try, if Kuminga will take a leap, if Draymond will show up in and not choke people out half the year. Just give me something different.
That would be fun.
It's fun, and then you have to watch them without Draymond, and it's no longer fun. Watching them have the 30th ranked defense without him is not fun in any capacity.
Paratosh, okay, just one more thing. Sorry, I just wanted to say one more thing. Watching Team USA has made me realize that LeBron and Steph wouldn't have worked under Steve Kerr. Not in terms of we wouldn't have won a lot. It was just so frustrating to watch because we know Steve Kerr wasn't going to run anything for Steph. It would be LeBron pounding the ball. So, yeah, kind of. Also, yeah, Steve Kerr is... I'm very glad the world is seeing Steve Kerr's... Yes.
I was waiting for your Kerr take.
I'm giving Kerr credit. I'm giving Kerr's going to win a gold medal.
Of course you are, Sam.
We're doing it. Yeah. Half of the internet thinks I'm the number 1 Steve Kerr hater, but whatever.
The other half thinks I am. Thanks, Paratosh. Appreciate it.
Hey, he's getting the job done. Enough. Jason Tatum is the 9th best player on this team. Enough with he's disrespecting him. Jason Tatum, nothing special, dude.
I thought, I agree with that. I agree with that. The Jason Tatum stuff was ridiculous. I just, the Embiid
stuff's ridiculous too. I'm tired of that too. Let's get that out of here. Enough with him too, just so we're clear.
Yeah. But I think Ebony's point is also right. I hadn't thought about it, but the team's kind of boring to watch, and it's because we don't get the script. Give us the script. The script is Steph, KD, LeBron, and that's it. This is their last Olympics. Give us the script. It's a movie. It's a movie because your team is 20 times better than everyone else. You can make it a movie. The basketball gods will not hurt you. You know what I mean? You can't.
I've been really, unlike you, I enjoy basketball, and I've been enjoying Derek White just making the right play on repeat. Just
I do love
fundamentals, baby.
I do love Derek White. I do love Derek White. I love Derek
What's up,
White.
Gio? Just give me 5 Derek Whites. That's what I need.
I'm good. I'm good with it. I'm good.
What's up, man?
Yeah, good guys. I mean, listen, my take is
5 Derek Whites.
Like my thing is get Lauri by but however means possible to get Lauri, because like I don't see a scenario in which we're like we don't get Lauri and we're like and the season starts and we're like what, like a good team this year. Like what do you think is our record like this season, like in your opinion? Like 42 wins, like maybe in the West. Like that's
same as the last 2 years. I don't know. Nothing like, not better, not worse. You know, I think you can the younger guys. Well, that's my entire point. Like they're just kind of treading water, right? They're not a contender.
That's the thing though. Like mediocrity is like, I mean, that's just again, like I don't know, like that's just tough. Like what's okay? Was I the plan B? If that was the plan B after not getting Paul George, what's plan C exactly? It's like wait till like
Killian Tilly, baby.
For a trade. I don't know. This is depressing. Like it's like my last question is like the timeline for this. Like, do you think Lauri gets done by like the 8th or like the 7th?
I personally am
or training camp.
I don't know. Where's your head at, Gio? Why don't you tell me? Do you think it's going to happen?
Dude, honestly, I would hope so, because like it's been like a month waiting for this. Like,
let me reframe it. Okay, 100%, it's for sure happening. 0, it doesn't happen. Where are you? Are you at 50? Are you at 75? Are you at 18?
You know, I'm at 55%, right? Like,
ooh,
that's my
above average. I'll take that.
Yeah, because like honestly, because at least you have to have hope, right? Because like if he doesn't, like dude, it'll be so depressing. Like to go this season without like actually getting better in any sort of. So I have to at least have faith that they could pull this one. Like, dude, it's Lauri Markannen, bro. Like he's not like Giannis or Kevin Durant. Like that should be possible. That should be like easy, like a gettable player for this squad. You have picks, you have the players to trade for him. Like why not get him? Like I don't like what's the hold up? I know Danny Ainge. Like that should be like an easy sort of trade. You have the assets for it, right? You have the assets to get him. Like I don't understand what's the big deal here. That's my take.
We'll see, Gio. Appreciate you, man.
No problem.
Gio.
I more optimistic than I expected. 55. I would have pegged him at 20.
Gio's a fake doomer. He loves the Warriors. He's happy.
Fake. I like that.
He's loving it. He's
fraud.
It. Love you, Gio. Chase, what we got? Chase. What we got?
So, I'm on the balcony. I'm recently engaged.
Oh, I think he's on another line, probably.
Just to riff real quick. I only have a take, but I think this is just the Bay Area sports Armageddon. You got the brand new Aiyuk stuff going on. You got the Warriors stuff going on.
Can you talk into your mic?
Yeah, one second. Let me.
It's on a wire recorder.
Is it better now?
Yeah,
100%.
Okay.
Yeah,
sorry, I was in the headphones. It wasn't working very well.
It happens.
What I was saying is I'm whispering. I'm out on the balcony. I'm recently engaged.
Congrats!
Congratulations!
Thank you, lucky man. But there's gonna be some earmuff words, and I was like, I gotta be in my element because I'm just.
You gotta be locked
your boy is about to explode. First thing, you got the Giants and Niners stuff. Like it's just been a sport, like Bay Area sports Armageddon with those two franchises. 49ers will still be good, but the Brandon Aiyuk thing doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. Then you got the Warriors. I don't know. Is it just old man in the mids? Like, is that what we're gonna roll out in October? It's just Steph and then a bunch of like mid-level guys, and then on top of it, right? I'm like, you know, your boy came in last in fantasy football, so I'm about to get face fucked by some hot wings. Like I'm gonna, like you're talking like 2 milli Scoville.
What's the punishment? Let's hear it.
Oh, it's the hot wings.
Okay.
So I'm I'm Lebanese. I can't do any heat. I'm gonna be curled up by the toilet all Labor Day weekend. Just kidding. Matt Helen's gonna be like mouth fucking me right now. It's gonna be terrible. And then just to like the cram on top is we just watched 8 episodes of House of Dragons, where it was just a cuck fest. It was the worst 8 hours I've ever watched. I think she heard, so I'm probably like gonna get thrown off the balcony. Only 2 takes I have, or questions I have, is if the Markannen stuff doesn't go down. Do you think the Pelicans would do like a Wiggins and maybe a pick or something? Like I know the asking isn't very high, but for the contract that Ingram will go for, like do you think Wiggins would be appealing to them? And it'd be like a Wiggins and a pick and maybe a pick swap for Ingram, essentially to get them at like 25 million. And then I don't know, man. We just can't have this team. So like, is there anyone else that, like, you know, like I don't know, it's Jonas Valanciunas, the third Kelsey brother. Like I don't know if I want, you know, is that really gonna move the needle? So
Third Kelsey.
that's it, boys. I'm your boys cooked. So.
Good luck with the wings.
Send your
let us know
thoughts
how it
and
goes.
prayers.
Good luck with the wife. Godspeed. Brandon Ingram is not happening, by the way.
Does your fantasy league have a punishment?
We don't. I think we should, but no, we don't. Would you?
We have, but I feel like we don't this year, or I'm not paying attention. I can't speak to that. I might get a text after this, like, what the fuck, bro? Can you at least look at the group chat once every now and then?
We should. So I run the league. I'm the commissioner, but I offload a lot of the ideas to my buddy. He runs a show. I should ask him, but we should do something. Just like 100 hot wings. That's just bad. That just is not eating spicy a Lebanese thing. Is that like that just? I can't eat spicy anymore. It's not a Chinese thing. It's just I can't eat spicy. Like my stomach doesn't allow me to. So I'm just like, man, if that was my punishment, I should
probably eat less spicy, but I enjoy it, and then afterwards I feel the pain. You know what I mean? Where I'm in denial. I'm in denial that maybe I should, you know, ratchet it back a little bit. We did a punishment where the loser had to go play a recorder at Pier 39 until they panhandled like $20.
Wow.
It's pretty good.
That's an all-day affair.
It was like 2 hours. It didn't take that long.
But it only took 2 hours to make $20. No wonder people are always, you know what?
But that was pre-pandemic. Now that I think about it, it was, you know, I don't know what's going on over there. Zombies, homeless people assaulting you these days.
I was gonna make it just joke, and there's re-election coming up. Things are changing, you know, promises are being made in my great city, you know, so why do we get on this? How do we get on this? Who's next?
Go. Final caller. We got Luke here.
Who's
Take
last?
us home.
All right, let's go.
What's going on, boys?
Yes.
Oh, you know, just kicking it.
Mate, I've noticed the mood has died considerably since the last couple of weeks in this fucking place, eh? It's a graveyard at the moment. Not feeling great about this, to be honest. I've noticed that I haven't been listening since the start, but I'm noticing a key word: stuck. So everyone's saying, oh, you know, the trade and shit. They can't. Well, yeah, I'm with you, Sammy. I think you can pay fucking Marlon Brando offers and expect to be a good team. That's just ridiculous. But at the same time, we wouldn't be in this position if you didn't fuck around with Siakam, OG, all these guys. Now we're in this position now where you pretty much fucking put yourself in a corner now, haven't you? I mean, what's the move? Because I feel like you said it a couple of weeks ago, Andy, on the show, right? You're like, I've got the appetizers, I've got the fucking drinks, I'm at the party, I'm ready to go. We got our Kyle Andersons, we got our fucking Meltons, we're good to go. We haven't got the fucking beef steak, mate. Where's the main? There's no night out if we don't get the main, you know what I'm saying? So like
I got your main right here.
Yeah. No, I'm not in the mood for fucking jokes, Sammy. Sorry, man. I'm not fucking hell.
It's been a long day.
Dead set.
Just bring Smology back and fucking end me in the head. How about that? Just bring him back as well. Why don't you? Fucking hell.
Australian swimming isn't getting you. It's not cheering you up.
No, it's not. No,
down
it's
here
not
for
at
you
all.
guys.
No. I like the Olympics. Don't get me wrong, but there is nothing. You guys are always your time zone. There is nothing more fucking annoying than waking up at 6 a.m. to get your kids up and seeing all your notifications from you guys on playback. Pod's not movable. Warriors not interested. I'm like, please fucking do something for God's like. Just I don't know what.
That's
like,
me.
You know,
That's
I don't
me
know
every day. I wake up in the
Oh
morning.
mate, your tweets, Sammy, have gone so positive from the last 2 weeks to like, oh, it is what it is. Now we're quoting the fucking Monty show, all this shit. Like, I'm like, all these people I've ever heard of. Like, what's going on?
If you wake up tomorrow morning and you see a notification saying the Warriors get Lauri Markannen, how are you celebrating?
I better see a one from you and Sammy saying from playback saying we are going live with our fucking underwear on and nothing else. That's what I better see.
Yeah, that's fair.
I better see a triple playback fucking ultimate, notification that we've got
3
something.
hour
Because
show.
if I don't, I'm going to be very, very dark.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. Because as I said, boys, I'm with you, Andy. Like, how the fuck can this be the roster if Lauri does sign the next couple of days or whatever he does, if he stays in Utah? Sure, they got something else up their sleeve. We're one ankle sprain away. They won't get to the deadline, will they? They won't get to the deadline at all.
I agree with that.
By the time they get the deadline, they're fucked. So they got to make a move.
The same thing as last year. They're gonna get to deadline and be like, "Well, season's already ruined. Might as well not do anything."
Mate.
I agree,
mate. If we get another Kuminga, he's a 3 or a 4 fucking Kerr quote after the Olympics, I'm literally going to stab myself in the fucking eye. I will refuse to watch the games. Like, seriously. But yeah, I don't know. Snap poll. I know. So I'm sure someone asked you before. I'm trying to word this right without being fucking cancelled. Is Lauri in a different uniform by the time you guys make another Light Years live? Yes or no? Right now. Don't give me the Bob Fitzgerald. Oh, if Draymond played fucking 10 more games. Just give me the straight gun to your head right now.
He is not.
Yeah, okay, cool. That's what I thought. Fuck.
Sam, do you think otherwise? Sam?
Fuck, I'm gonna lie. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
I love you,
and
Fredo.
If he is, it's not a lie. I knew all along.
You broke my heart, Fredo. You broke my heart. Oh, I gotta get back to work. I'll see you guys later, huh?
Much love.
Thanks,
Luke. Appreciate you. All right, we're gonna end it there. Appreciate